Let me tell you something. The Sicilian Mafia, the Russian Bratva, and the Mexican cartels all have in common. They're all scared of the same people. Not the FBI, not Interpol, not some government task force with a cool acronym. They're scared of a group from a country so small, so broke, so completely ignored by the rest of the world that when it finally exploded onto the global crime scene in the 1990s, nobody saw it coming. Nobody. The Albanian Mafia didn't ask for permission, didn't follow the rules, didn't even have a rule book, and somehow that became their greatest weapon. Today, you're living every single rank, from the kid with nothing in a collapsed economy to the man who controls 40% of Europe's cocaine supply. Buckle up. This one gets dark fast. Rank 1, the nobody, askush. You don't have a title, you have a debt. It's 1997. Albania just imploded. 2/3 of the country invested their life savings into pyramid schemes. The schemes collapsed, the government fell, the army dissolved, civilians looted military depots and walked home with Kalashnikovs like they were picking up groceries. 550,000 weapons, streets, country of 3 million people. You're 17, your family lost everything, and somewhere in your neighborhood, a man in a slightly too nice jacket has been watching you for weeks. He approaches, doesn't offer a job, doesn't make promises, just says, "I know your uncle." That's the entire recruitment pitch. Because in the Albanian underworld, it was never about money first. It was about blood first. The feast, the clan, is the foundation of everything. You don't join the Albanian Mafia like you apply for a job. You're born adjacent to it, and one day the door opens. You walk through. You are now useful, expendable, and completely unnamed. Welcome to the bottom. Rank 2, the soldier, Luftatari. You are now officially someone's problem to manage. You proved yourself by doing things we're not describing on a platform with community guidelines. You showed up when it mattered, you kept your mouth shut, and you did it because of Besa. Besa is not a rule, not a contract. It's a 600-year-old Albanian concept of honor so culturally embedded that breaking it isn't just betrayal, it's an erasure of your entire identity, your family's identity, your name across generations. Shqiptare vdesin de besin nuk e shkelin. Albanians would rather die than break Besa. The FBI spent 4 years trying to infiltrate one Albanian crew in New Jersey. 4 years, undercover agents, millions of dollars, barely scratched the surface because the crew was built entirely on childhood friendships and blood ties so tight that an outsider couldn't get close enough to matter. You run product, you collect debts, you enforce, and for the first time in your life, people move out of your way when you walk into a room. That feeling, that's the drug they never warn you about. Rank 3, the Mick, the friend/liaison. You are now the most dangerous middleman in Europe. The Mick, literally friend, is the connector between soldiers and leadership, the human router of the network. And here's where the Albanian model diverges completely from the Italian one. No fixed headquarters, no social club, no restaurant where everyone eats Thursday nights. Cells of 3 to 12 people operating semi-independently, connected through personal relationships rather than formal hierarchy. You know which crew handles which route, which port in Antwerp is compromised, which one in Rotterdam is clean. Your clan isn't just in Albania anymore. London, Milan, Amsterdam, New York. The Albanian diaspora, 1.2 million people scattered globally, is simultaneously a community and a logistics network. Nobody on the outside can tell the difference. That's the genius of it and the horror of it. Rank 4, the creator, the underboss. You now run things, quietly, very, very quietly. You manage the roots, the money, the discipline. When problems arise, and they always do, you solve them before they reach the top. By the 2010s, Albanian clans had cut out every middleman and were negotiating directly with South American cartels. No Italians, no Dutch, no commission to anyone. The Guardian reported it plainly. The Albanians didn't just enter the UK cocaine market. They dismantled the existing model, lowered prices, increased purity, and took over. Not by asking, by making the alternative to cooperation unthinkable. You have legitimate businesses as cover, construction, restaurants, car dealerships. You call your mother on Sundays. You dance at your cousin's wedding. Nobody in that room, not even your wife, knows the full picture. Compartmentalization isn't a strategy, it's a lifestyle.
Let's continue with rank 5, the Bajrak, the Executive Committee. You are now the board of directors of a criminal empire. The Bajrak is the executive committee of the FIS, the clan's inner council. You don't just execute decisions here, you make them. Who gets promoted? Who gets disciplined? Which alliances to pursue? Whether to go to war with a rival clan or absorb them through strategic marriage, because yes, the Albanian Mafia uses endogamic marriage as a business strategy. Marrying within the organization isn't just tradition, it's security protocol. Every new family tie is another layer of loyalty that can't be flipped by an FBI handler offering witness protection in Nebraska. The Bajrak is where the Kanun of Lek Dukajini, the 15th century Albanian customary code, meets 21st century transnational crime. Ancient rules about honor, blood feuds, and clan solidarity applied to cocaine shipments and money laundering through European real estate. It shouldn't work. It absolutely works. By this level, your clan has relationships with the 'Ndrangheta of Calabria, arguably the most powerful criminal organization in the world by revenue. The Albanians and the 'Ndrangheta control the wholesale cocaine market in Europe together, not competing, collaborating. Two organizations that understand each other because they're both built on the same foundation: family, silence, and the absolute willingness to use violence as a business tool. Europol doesn't sleep well because of you. You sleep fine. Rank 6, the Cree, the boss. You are the clan. The clan is you. You are the Cree, the boss, the head of the FIS. And here's the first thing you need to understand about being the boss of an Albanian clan. There is no retirement plan. There is no exit. There is no moment where you hand over the keys and move to a beach house in Montenegro. You are the clan. The clan is you. Your name, your reputation, your Besa, these are the collateral that every single operation runs on. If your word means nothing, the entire structure collapses. If your word means everything, you are untouchable. Alex Rudai built an Albanian organization in New York so powerful that in 2004, the FBI officially designated it the 6th crime family of New York City, sitting alongside the 5 Italian-American families that had dominated organized crime in America for 70 years. The 6th family, in New York, Albanian, built in a decade. Rudai was eventually sentenced to 27 years, but the organization didn't die with his arrest because the Albanian model isn't built around one man, it's built around the FIS. Remove the head and the body keeps moving because every cell was designed to function independently. As the Cree, you understand something that most people in power never learn. The goal is not to be the most visible person in the room. The goal is to be the most necessary.
Politicians call you, not the other way around. A 2003 report on Albania stated plainly, you can buy politicians, and it is not rare when a leader of the criminal gang works in some state institution. You don't buy politicians, you invest in them. There's a difference. Investments have returns. Rank 7, the untouchable, il paprecibile. You don't exist, and that's the point. There is a level above the CRI that nobody talks about, not in court documents, not in Europol reports, not in FBI briefings. The men who built the Albanian criminal empire into what it is today, the ones who negotiated directly with Colombian cartels, who established distribution networks across 40 countries, who moved billions through legitimate businesses in construction and tourism. Most of them don't have Wikipedia pages. They don't give interviews. They haven't been photographed in years. They are the architects of the most successful criminal expansion in modern European history, and they achieved it by doing the one thing that every other criminal organization failed to do. They stayed invisible. The Sicilian Mafia had the Maxi trial. The American mob had the Valachi hearings. The Colombians had Pablo Escobar's face on every magazine cover in the world. The Albanians had nothing. No face, no name, no mythology. Just results. In 2025, Italian and Albanian authorities jointly arrested 40 suspects in a single operation targeting multi-ton cocaine and heroin flows. 40 people in an organization that spans 40 countries. The math doesn't add up, and that's exactly how they want it. So there it is, every rank, every oath sworn on Besa, every shipment, every border, every politician who looked the other way. From the kid with a Kalashnikov in a collapsed country to the man who controls a continent's drug supply without anyone knowing his name. The Albanian Mafia didn't build an empire by being the most organized. They built it by being the most loyal and the most willing to do what others wouldn't. The Sicilians had ceremony. The Americans had mythology. The Albanians had something more dangerous than both. They had nothing to lose, and they turned it into everything. Subscribe, because the next video, even the people in it don't want you to watch it. Besa.